Ito kasi ginawa na ito.
Could the flaws include the congressmen themselves? I guess
that can be pinpointed.
Kasi if
that
you
can
just
be
say
pinpointed.
proseso, we're all for that, hindi ho ba? Pero syempre, because of all this talk that there's been an insertion, number one. Number two, the PCIJ reported that the co-linked companies, 3 of them, bagged about 15.7 billion pesos from 2022 to 2025.
That's why they were there.
It's almost staring at your face. And yet, there is this, pag-usapan muna natin yung proseso, when you can actually start where, you know, nandun na po yung sinasabing facts.
Kasi sabay yung budget hearing, di ba? Eh wala na si Saldi. Wala, iba na rin ang mga nasa Senado. Bakit sa 2026 budget, andun yung mga singit na flood control project that we cannot identify the process by which they are being inserted. At ang sinasabi ng galing sa Kongreso, no. Pagdating ng budget sa Kongreso, andyan na siya sa National Expenditure Program.
Balikan ko lang po, Congresswoman, yung sinabi niyo po. Bakit may mga ghost projects? Bakit may mga substandard projects? Why, ang sabi niyo po? Hindi ho ba importante din si who?
Pinaklaro ko lang ang pinapalabas kasi ni Congressman Toby Chanco na pinipigilan naming imbitahin si Congressman Saldico. That's not true.
Was the first hearing of the TRICOM into the flood control controversy. So sa umpisa pa lang po, nagkaroon na ng mga, well, tense exchanges with you. Medyo bida po kayo dito dahil dalawa yon. One is with Congressman Toby Tiangco. We're just gonna play that and just to give some premise into this, but let's watch this first. Go ahead.
Let us not make the investigation personal. Let us all work together so that in the 2026 budget, while we are ongoing the deliberation, let us identify yung mga singit na flood control projects.
Mr. Chair, yun na nga ang problema, no? Nung unang ginawa to, I was against it. How can we investigate ourselves? That is the primary question. Under the name of Congressman Saldico, ang insertion sa PICAM as proponent siya is 13,803,693,000. And we do not want to invite him as a resource person.
Mr. Chair,
Comsec, can you show this? Para lang hindi.
Mr. Chair, with due court.
Wait, I have the floor.
Yeah,
I have the floor.
Yeah,
I have the floor.
No, Mr.
I have the floor.
Just to
I have the floor.
On the record, Mr.
I have the floor.
You did not refuse to
I have the floor. Suspend. Motion to suspend.
What happened after? So,
No,
you wanted to say something.
Yeah, if you will allow me, let's talk about what happened prior.
Go ahead.
So when you have a committee hearing, there's a list of who will interpolate. I am the first one listed. Maagang-maaga nagpalista na ako doon because I had other appointments. And klinaklaro ko lang ang pinapalabas kasi ni Congressman Toby Chanco na pinipigilan naming imbitahin si Congressman Saldico. That's not true. All of us were in unison. Yes, we can invite Saldi. Because I asked, is he a member? Hindi siya kasama sa imbitasyon kasi hindi member. And then there was a motion, and then Congressman Abante objected. The intention was to divide the House. I called for a suspension kasi sabi ko, teka, bakit tila tayo nag-aaway-aaway sa loob? Well, Congressman Brian Po is a colleague, and the mother was being mentioned. Sabi ko, teka nga, wala namang, we were talking to Congressman Abante, please do not object. Ano ba yung objection mo? And yun yung sinasabi niya, we have interparliamentary courtesy. Pero sabi namin, baka naman pwede to shed light. But then, you know, in every hearing, you can request people to be invited during admin matters. However, the committee was being held hostage. Kasi na-divert ni Congressman Toby Chanco yung usapan doon kay Congressman Saldico at kay Senator Grace Po. We did not, that's why I was trying to interject because it was my time. Ako yung dapat na nagsasalita, ako yung dapat na ni-recognize ng chair. And I was pointing to the fact that we were not objecting, pero ang point ko, imbitahan natin sila, pero dahil hindi naman yan agad-agad, allow me to proceed to my line of questioning.
So you were actually going to say that Congressman Saldico is going to be invited?
Yes, okay. Prior to that, there were a lot of congressmen talking. Sabi namin, dapat nga siguro talaga siya ang sumagot dun sa issue na yon. But the point of contention on the Infracom, ang pinag-uusapan kasi doon is, paano na ipapasok ang ghost projects? Paano nagiging substandard? Kasi may mga aligasyon na ang dami ng mga middleman na nag-aalok at nagbebenta. And we wanted to know why. Kasi sabay yung budget hearing, di ba? Eh wala na si Saldi. Wala, iba na rin ang mga nasa Senado. Bakit sa 2026 budget? Andun yung mga singit na flood control project that we cannot identify the process by which they are being inserted. At ang sinasabi ng galing sa Kongreso, no. Pagdating ng budget sa Kongreso, andyan na siya sa National Expenditure Program.
Balikan ko lang po, Congresswoman, yung sinabi niyo po. Bakit may mga ghost projects? Bakit may mga substandard projects? Why, ang sabi niyo po? Hindi ho ba importante din si who?
Yes, that's right. That's why we said, imbitahin natin, but for the meantime, nawala siya. Kasi papadala mo ng imbitasyon. Allow us to proceed to the first interpellator, and that's me. Kasi 9 o'clock dapat ang start. 9:30, I should have started questioning kasi marami kasi kami sa pila. Parang tapos na yung issue na yon. And I presented to Congressman Toby Chanco, yes, meron tayong dapat tingnan. Pero hindi ba dapat tingnan rin natin paano ito permanently or semi-permanently i-plug? Because my point is, it's being repeated.
But are you interested to find out what happened in the 2025 budget?
Yes, we are.
Because it can appear, Congresswoman, na you want to fix the 2026 budget and plug the loopholes. And sabi mo nga, may mga ahente, may mga umi-extra, may mga etc. Andun po tayo. Pero doon sa nangyari sa 2025, how interested are you to
We
find
are
out?
very interested kasi dugtong siya eh. The allegations na, okay, let's talk about the allegation na meron daw insertion si Congressman Saldico na how much was that, 13?
13B.
Okay.
According to Congressman Toby Chanco.
That we have to see. Kasi kapag ikaw ang chairman ng appropriation at meron kang nakikitang mga, well, all members will have to submit their request to the chairman of the Committee on Appropriation. And you make a general request covering everybody. That's how it works.
A request for what?
Example, meron ka sa distrito mo, nakita mo, oh, may pondo yung tulay,
I see,
gawa
okay.
na yan eh. So, these matters, yes, that's why I was saying, that's correct. We look at the small committee, we look at the BICAM, and andyan na yung reforms ngayon eh. Di ba yung small committee will now be transparent. Pero ang sinasabi namin, dapat buuhin natin. We cannot just focus here. We have to focus on the whole process. Yes, the 2025 insertions should be checked. However, the other alleged insertions, especially the ghost projects and the substandard projects, are not congressional insertions.
How do you know that?
Because Secretary Bonoan admitted it. Kasi yun nga yung point ng iniimbestiga namin. I asked him the 2 projects that the President visited, can you confirm that these are ghost projects? And he said yes. And we told him who were the proponent, saan ito sa budget nakalista. These were already listed when DBM submitted the budget to Congress. Meaning, it's an agency initiative. That's why
Galing
I was telling,
galing
sa
ahensya,
departamento
hindi po
na
galing sa
inapprove ng
congressman o
DBM.
congresswoman.
Yes,
Okay.
so ang sabi ko, buuhin natin ito.
But that does not mean, no, Congresswoman, that just because yung dalawa pong binisita ng Pangulo na natuklasan ninyo, according to the DPWH Secretary, former Secretary Bonoan said, that came from the NEP. Kumbaga, galing talaga sa DPWH. That doesn't necessarily mean all these other hundreds of other projects came from the DPWH.
That's why we
They
were
could have been
asking. That's why we were asking him. Kasi, okay, merong mga insertion, yung mga initiative ng mga congressman. Pag may initiative ka, meron kang pagkukunan ng pondo. And usually, you will see that this project is not needed in your area anymore, and you are proposing a new project. Technically, it's an errata, it's an amendment. Nakasanayan lang yung word na insertion. But the point is, meron kang pagkukunan, may i-identify ka na hindi kailangan at ililipat mo dito. Pero, dun kasi sa mga nakikita, I believe Secretary Bonoan admitted to 15. Ongoing yung ano eh. Now, itong mga nakikita niyang ibang mga flood control na substandard, nasa NEP na rin eh. In other words, yes, we look at the 2025 budget, but what I wanted, what we were proposing, that's why a day before I was presenting it to Congressman Toby Chanco. Bakit patuloy nangyayari? Alam mo yung napakatapang nilang gawin ito.
Is it a problem of how you want to begin this hearing as opposed to how they want to begin? Or, for example, Congressman Toby Chanco would want to begin this investigation? Because from where I'm sitting, it appears that you want to plug the problems or the loopholes dito sa 2026 budget.
Both.
Opo.
Because,
pero saan po kayo mag-uumpisa? Kahit na po both.
Buo
Doon
yan
sa
eh.
prosesong yan,
Buo yan
sa 2025 po ba kayo mag-uumpisa o 2026 pabalik?
both. Because, kaya nga ang tinutumbo ko doon, the areas where there were a lot of alleged flood control
Ghost and
projects,
substandard.
yes, are the same areas now listed in 2026. Ang punto ko doon is ongoing ang budget deliberation. 2025, kung meron man managot ang dapat managot. Pero ang 2026, sayang eh. Mapipigilan pa natin eh. Ang daming nagugutom, ang daming kailangan. So, there is an urgency to tackle both, especially 2026. And, okay, I am not objecting. However, let us be factual about the situation. hindi kami korte. Hindi kami korte. So, let's say, may makita na mali dun sa small committee. May makita na mali dun sa BICAM. We are not a court. We can, we can participate, we can give information and whatever. But the President already said he's forming a third-party group to look into this, an independent group. Imagine we are investigating what the President is investigating. Hindi nakakagulo kami doon. That was what we were explaining.
Why do you say nakakagulo when it can be complementary? Because that's happened in the past. Quadcom, hindi ho ba?
Well, di ba very clear naman ang sinabi ng Presidente, bubusisiin nila yung mga yon. That's why, ang punto nga namin is, yes, if you want to invite, let's invite. If the President are identifying these projects and DBM, related naman kasi sila eh. Parang hindi pwedeng ituro lang dito sa Kongreso. Hindi pwedeng sisihin lang si Congressman Saldico. There are enablers that are still inside and we cannot see them. There are invisible enablers who pave way to have so much impunity, so much so that the 2026 budget still has this.
I guess the crux of the issue here is when you talk about the House TRICOM committee, the first question really that came to people's minds were, how can Congress investigate itself? How can the congressmen and women investigate their fellow congressmen and women? And when you have a hearing like this, wherein one says, Congressman Zaldico allegedly inserted 13 billion, hindi ho ba? And the other one says, tingnan natin yung 2026 budget at 2025 budget. I guess the point being is, there will be people who will actually be wondering, papatawag niyo ho ba talaga? And will you be able to question him?
Okay. When we were asking colleagues, syempre hindi ito sinasabi sa labas, no? Marami rin ang nagsabi, I think it's time for all of us to request Congressman Saldico to speak up. Ano ba ang nando doon? O ano ba itong mga alleged insertions na ito? Are this from the agency? Just like now, we are hearing Secretary Amina Pangandaman saying, babaguhin namin ito, inaamin namin na may problema, we will do this and give this to Congress. When she does that, the proponent will be the chairman of the Committee on Appropriation. I am not protecting Congressman Saldico, pero yung sa akin lang, tama, okay, I mean, I am not objecting to the advocacy of Congressman Toby Chanco. Pero, alas 9 tayo nagsimula, 1:30 na, ako yung pinakaunang interpellator, and okay, the intention of the Infracom is not to investigate congressmen. Kasi, nakakaasiwa naman yun. But the intention is to pinpoint the flaws in the system. What were the guidelines, the safeguards during the time of Secretary Babe Singson? Nasaan na ito? Kasi ginawa na ito.
Could the flaws include the congressmen themselves? I guess
that can be pinpointed.
Kasi if
that
you just say proseso, we're all for that, hindi ho ba? Pero syempre, because of all this talk that there's been an insertion, number one. Number two, the PCIJ reported that the co-linked companies, 3 of them, bagged about 15.7 billion pesos from 2022 to 2025.
That's why they were there, being
almost staring at your face. And yet, there is this, pag-usapan muna natin yung proseso, when you can actually start where, nandun na po yung sinasabing facts, nandun na po sa harap ninyo.
Just to lay down the cards, when I said pag-usapan yung proseso, to pinpoint where they entered into the picture, kasi andun naman yung mga contractors, di ba? So, sila, doon yung mga, sabihin na natin, itong mga kontrasenyas. Kasama ba sila doon? Can somebody in their group orient us to that? Sino ba talaga yung mga nag-aahente, yung mga ganong bagay? When I was talking about pag-usapan yung proseso, saan in the process pumapasok yung mga ito? Kasi ang daming allegations na it's in Congress. Okay? But if you look at the documents, even if you look at the 2026 budget, merong pumapasok sa Kongreso, pero marami ang pumapasok even before the budget reaches Congress.
Sa NEP?
Yes. And ang problema lang doon siguro, admittedly, yung ibang mga congressman, ay, meron palang ganitong project. Minsan alam mo, minsan hindi mo alam. And usually, malalaman mo kung tapos na.
Let me follow up on what you just said. Sabi niyo po, madalas nandun na po sa NEP. Ibig sabihin, binalangkas na po yan, for example, ng DP. Inayos. The budget was already formed by the DPWH because sabi mo, nandun na po sa NEP bago pa pumunta sa, bago niyo
and DBM should have identified that.
Right. But this is also where the legislators rather come in. Kasi hindi lang naman congressman and congresswoman, even senators, right? They lobby. Hindi ho ba? Would you admit that you yourself lobby to the DPWH to include this and that for the needs of the first district, is it, that you represent?
True.
Okay.
You lobby, you ask for projects for your constituencies. that you can clearly see, alam mo yung magtataka ka, okay, bakit ito lahat mga ganito na yung amount? Bakit merong iba na talagang ganon? Makikita mo yung mga ganon.
Matataas.
Oo. Pare-pareho yan eh. Like, it's in specific areas na nangyayari siya paulit-ulit.
But Congressman,
you lobby for projects. And then pagbibigyan ka, parang talagang pahirapan yun. Pero bakit dito sa ibang area, napakadali ng bilyon-bilyon na mga project? Yun yung, why is it happening? Ano ang usapan doon?
What is the answer to that? Is it because malakas po kayo sa leadership? Ganun ba
I
yun?
don't think so. I don't think so. That's why I wanted that discussed.
But you obviously have an idea. Why.
Yes.
Of course. Okay. We'll take a very short break. We'll continue.